The German Shepherd is one of those breeds everyone recognizes as a smart, loyal, family-oriented, supposedly the ideal dog. The thing is, it's very easy to get burned on this breed if you confuse a working dog with an easy house dog. If you're wondering whether a German Shepherd fits you, your family and your lifestyle as a good first dog, in a moment I'll tell you plainly who it's a great choice for and who it's probably a bad idea for. So let's get down to facts. Is a German Shepherd a good first dog? Probably not as a first dog unless you really know what you're getting into and want to live actively with a dog, not just own one. A German Shepherd can be a brilliant partner, very loyal, intelligent, and eager to work, but it's not a breed that will sort itself out just by being part of family life. 3 things matter here: daily activity, sensible training, and the ability to manage its alertness and arousal. If you expect a calm couch potato that will tolerate long solitude and won't need much of your attention, I can already say this is not the place. But stay until the end, because I'll show you exactly who it really works for and with whom problems most often begin. For whom is this breed a good choice? A German Shepherd is a good choice for someone who likes a relationship with their dog based on cooperation, not just cohabitation. If you're the type of person who likes purposeful walks, training, scent work, obedience training, and you have a fairly regular lifestyle, this breed can give you a lot. It also fits families who understand that a dog is not an accessory to the home, but a living, thinking partner that needs rules and guidance. It's often a great choice for an active household where someone really wants to work with the dog and has time for its head, not just its legs. But keep in mind, and this is important, even the ideal candidate must accept the fur, alertness, the maturation period, and the fact that this dog quickly spots owner mistakes. It's not an easy breed, just a very satisfying one, if it matches your lifestyle. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Patience with children 3 out of 5. Dog diplomat 2 out of 5. Turbo energy scale 2 out of 5. For whom would this breed not be a good choice? A German Shepherd will not be a good choice for someone who wants an easy-to-handle dog. If you work long hours away from home, don't like training, assume a garden will solve everything, or simply dream of a calm, low-maintenance family dog, the risk of disappointment is really high. Typical traps are predictable. First, you get a Shepherd because it looks stable, but you're not ready for a vigilant, reactive dog, strongly attached to people. Second, you want a dog that will raise itself with the children. Third, you think that 2 short walks a day are enough. Fourth, you assume a smart dog will automatically be easy. No, a smart dog without a plan becomes creatively problematic. And fifth, if you can't stand noise, fur, and the dog's emotional clinging to people, this breed may simply exhaust you. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Couch Potato Index 1 out of 5. Self-Entertainment Index 2 out of 5. Launer Scale 2 out of 5. Activity and daily needs. We must say it clearly. A German Shepherd needs not only exercise, but also meaningful mental occupation. For most adult, healthy dogs of this breed, a sensible minimum is about 90 to 120 minutes of activity per day, and more driven individuals often need even more. And it's not just about racking up steps. A well-matched day might look like this: a longer morning walk with scent work or training elements, a bit of a mental task during the day, and in the evening a solid walk or activities like tracking, fetch, obedience. Time for a mini quiz. Let's check if you're paying attention. Spot the difference? Let me give you a hint. The one on the right has an engaged owner. 3 quick questions. Do you have 2 hours each day? Do you like to train? Do you handle for well? If you answer those questions with yes, then we have a match. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Couch Potato Index 1 out of 5. Turbo Energy Scale 2 out of 5. Apartment, house in solitude? Can a German Shepherd live in an apartment? Yes, but that doesn't mean an apartment is naturally easy for it. If you have thin walls, lots of stimuli in the hallway, noise in the stairwell and little time, barking, winding up and living in constant alertness are very likely. A house with a garden usually helps because it gives more space and easier conditions to discharge tension, but a garden does not replace walks, training and contact with a person. One of the most common mistakes is, I have a garden so the dog will run itself out. No, it won't. Most often it will start patrolling the fence and guarding the world. Regarding solitude, a well-introduced adult shepherd will usually tolerate about 3 to 5 hours without major problems, and for some dogs 6 hours is already the upper comfort limit. Regularly leaving it alone for the whole day is simply a poor plan. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Apartment Dweller Scale 2 out of 5. Garden Myth Scale 4 out of 5. Loner Scale 2 out of 5. Self-Entertainment Index 2 out of 5. There's a lot of energy, and the dog won't manage itself without your involvement. Children and other animals. A German Shepherd can be a very good family dog, but on one condition. Adults must manage the situation and not assume everything will sort itself out. It's not an automatic nanny for children. And that's worth saying plainly because it's one of the most common myths. A good shepherd can be affectionate, loyal, and close to the family, but at the same time may have a tendency to overguard, especially when the household becomes loud, dynamic, and chaotic. Therefore, children must be taught rules of contact with the dog, and the dog must be taught calm functioning around children. With other dogs it varies with good socialization. It can be fine, but I wouldn't assume it's automatically a social butterfly. With cats much depends on introduction and the dog's history. A cat race together increases the chances, but an unfamiliar fleeing cat can trigger a chase. How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. Patience with children 3 out of 5. Dog Diplomat 2 out of 5. Cat Tolerant 2 out of 5. Grooming Health and Costs. You know, the bowl does not fill itself. If you enjoy our movies, please donate. You will find the donation link in the description and the pinned comment. A German Shepherd has a double coat and sheds significantly, not a little. That means sensible grooming is regular brushing 2 to 3 times a week, and during heavier shedding even more often. Tools for the undercoat, a slicker or pin brush and something for nail care are most useful. If you don't like fur in the house, on clothes and in the car, honestly, it will be hard. All our recommendations for the basic German Shepherd kit can be found in the video description and the pinned comment under the video. Remember that when you buy from the stores we recommend, you pay the same, but support our channel. Health-wise, the most common topics are joint load hips and elbows, the risk of gastric torsion, and issues like degenerative myelopathy, epi, or some skinnier problems. Monthly maintenance costs reasonably estimate at about $85 to $220. Of that, food is about $25 to $70, prevention $20 to $45, and a reserve for unforeseen veterinary expenses $45 to $125. Tip from me with this breed: it's really worth asking about joint screenings and not skimping on sensible preventive care. In a moment we'll sum this up in one simple verdict. Is this dog for you, or just a breed you really like? How the analyses from this section affected the ratings. For In the Home 1 out of 5. Grooming Salon 2 out of 5. Veterinary risk 2 out of 5. Owner's wallet 2 out of 5. Final assessment. My verdict is simple. Rather not as a first dog unless you truly want to enter life with a dog actively and consciously. The German Shepherd isn't unsuitable for beginners because it's bad by nature. It's simply demanding, fast, alert, and reacts strongly to how you lead it. If you have time, enjoy training, want to work with a dog, and understand that a garden or a single walk won't solve things, it can be a great choice. If you're looking for an easy, calm, low-maintenance dog that tolerates long solitude well, there are better options. In our proprietary Home Canine Index, the German Shepherd scores 3 out of 5. So, a very good dog in the right home, but an average choice for the typical busy owner. Remember, this is not a condemnation of the breed, just an honest matching of dog to life. Similar breeds to consider. If you like the German Shepherd, but want to explore similar directions, the closest is of course the Belgian Malinois. Note, this is not an easier shepherd, but for most people, an even harder and more intense working dog. The second breed is the White Swiss Shepherd, for some people an interesting alternative, if they want a shepherd type that is perceived a bit more gently socially, and more family-friendly in everyday life. The third option is the Dutch Shepherd. It's a proposal for people who like a working character, alertness, and working with a dog, but want a less obvious direction than the classic GSD. Each of these breeds still requires commitment, so if the German Shepherd already seems on the edge to you, don't assume a similar breed will be easier. If a GSD is a bit too much, be sure to watch our video about the White Swiss Shepherd or the Malinois. We'll put the link on the end screen when ready. Don't forget, hit subscribe or the algorithm will send you cat videos forever. Subscribe so you don't miss new episodes.